There's been a strong reaction to the raid on extremist and QAnon-related forums.
Sources say there's been a strong reaction to the raid on extremist and QAnon-related forums.
Sources also telling ABC News there's been a strong reaction from some extreme groups online, including QAnon and other groups.
There's been a strong reaction to the raid on extremist and QAnon-related forums,
including those that were active before January 6th.
Including those that were active prior to January 6th.
Including those that were active prior to January 6th.
Involved in the January 6th insurrection.
Including those that were
active prior to the January 6th riot.
Some have been calling for violence and even a civil war.
Some of them include calls for violence and even a civil war.
Some of them include
calls for violence in online forums
and even civil war.
This was the top comment on the search on the pro-Trump site The Donald last night. Quote, lock and load with references to a civil war.
Talking very violently about civil war.
Searches for civil war spiked.
They're talking about civil war. Civil war. Civil war.
Civil war.
Civil war. Civil war.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Good evening, all. It's like 7:30, August 15, 2022. See, there it goes. Take the red pill, the blue pill. Once you've taken the red pill, you can't go back. You can't, because you just see things through a different lens. You just see things differently. As you can see with the Civil War, old people, Q, Civil War, yada, 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 yada. They parrot all that. They're all given talking points for me. Central location, probably an intelligence agency like Operation Mockingbird, which I've said over and over again, that I'm starting to sound like a mockingbird mentioning Operation Mockingbird. But that's the thing. Would you want to go back? Let's hear from Cypher.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. Nothing. You understand? And I want to be rich. You know, someone important. Like an actor.
Yeah, so ignorance is bliss. If you did know the truth, Would you rather you didn't know the truth? It's weird because I remember I would say even 5 years ago, people I know where I would bring up certain things and boy, would I get eye rolls. Boy, would I get, they were like, oh, you're one of those, huh? You're one of those? One of those pointy aluminum foil hat guys, huh? Are ya? Not so much anymore, though. Not so much anymore. See, people are waking up, they still don't want to know all the truth. I don't know all the truth. It's hard to disseminate a lot of things. You have to like the whole Q thing. That was a psyop. You know, I looked at it in the beginning, but then I was like, it's fun to look at, but it was, yeah, okay. See, they have whole government, especially in the military, they have whole pieces of the military that are used to send out these psyops. Whether it's, you know, discrediting the truther movement or creating a truther movement. They're running both ends of the spectrum. They, you know, like they, you know, like if you question something like AKA Alex Jones about a certain mass shooting, you know, then, you know, they want people, they'll start putting out information, you know, all shootings are fake, you know, just to discredit people from questioning anything. There were certain things you used to never be able to talk about. These conspiracies go back, way back, way back. I think, since, what was his name? What was that guy? Smedley Butler, General Smedley Butler. He was approached by major banks, I'm sure like the Rockefellers, all them, to overthrow the United States government in the 1930s. You could look this up. It's not fake. George Bush Sr., George Harriman Bush, you know, not H.W. Was it H.W.? George Harriman Bush, George H.W. Bush's father. Yeah, they tried to overthrow the government to create a fascist, you know, regime in the United States. That didn't work out. And then, you know, there's just this, and then you just go down the list. There's just so many things that they've been. Since the 19th century, there's just been so many things. And it's just people with obscene amounts of wealth. And they don't even care about money. They just they literally want to control the world. But would you take that blue pill? You can't. You can't take it. Some people, like I said, after, especially after this 2.5 years, almost 3 year thing, this amazing thing that happened, with flipping, flopping, back and forth, wear that, don't wear that, get this, get more. What does it do for you? Nothing, because you still get things. It's a lot of people, I think, were awakened with that. I think more people are kind of awakened with, you know, Donald house getting, you know, raided. You know, are they going to bring him up on charges? That kind of just makes him more popular. But in a way, they want that. They want that. They're trying so hard to implode the United States from within. It's just, it's wild. It's wild. Like I said, this is just a Monday morning rant. You know, a couple of clips. But with, you know, like I said, once you know the truth, and then you question things. Oh, you know, it's hard to even. You can't even like search for things. You have to kind of find them through other people, or that's how I get a lot of my. That's something I'm doing a lot of research. Google anything. You can't find anything. You can't find anything on any touchy subjects. It'll all be mainstream media articles, and all of them are like that. DuckDuckGo's been compromised. Bing, I think it's Google, Bing, then you got DuckDuckGo, you got some other ones, Firefox. They're all completely compromised. Oh, there's 8 billion things. No, there's a couple of hundred, and they're all mainstream articles. CBS, MSNBC, CNN, The Atlantic, The Hill, blah, 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 all that. Go. Try it. Put in any type of thing, unless you specifically, word for word, get like an article that was written by somebody that may have had some information, but you got to be actually pinpoint. They've completely eradicated the search engine on the internet. It's gone. So, I don't know. Whatever. Just another controlling the information, controlling what you read. Trusted sources, like Fox and MSNBC and CNN, the trusted news sources. It's ridiculous. But, so I was just ranting on about that. You can't go back. Once you know, you know. Once you know. It's like when you know you have a spouse or a loved one or a significant other cheating on you. Once you know, you know. You can never fully trust them again. Same with anything else. Once you've been lied to, manipulated, cheated on, coerced, threatened, how do you go back? Anyway, I'm going to show you something from which I thought it's a dire warnings. It's something completely different topic that I'm going into. It has to, it's just interesting to me. I think it was a river. I forgot the river. It's in the video I made. You'll see it after it, and the picture. It's from a riverbed in. The river runs from Chechnya down to Germany, and they're having severe drought, like everywhere. Like it hasn't even rained here. It rained here today. This is like the first time it's rained in a while. I think it's rained like maybe 3 times this whole summer. May was really rainy month. Ever since May, nothing. My tomatoes didn't even grow. I got like 2 tomatoes. Bad, it's not good. I don't know. The water, the sun was too hot too, but whatever. So anyway, back to the riverbed. The riverbeds are so dried out that there's messages carved in the stones. It's wild. It's like warnings from the past. Here it is. But with that, everybody, have a great day. It's Tuesday. Enjoy your life, man. Peace. Quite amazing what the earth hides. This is, warning, century-old hunger stones emerge from the dry riverbeds. What is that? Get that out of here. In drought-stricken Europe. And this is, water levels have dropped in major rivers across Europe as the region suffers under historic drought. Centuries-old warning messages emerged. This is in Germany. They call them the Hungerstein, the hunger stones. I think these stones have like very cryptic messages on them. Wenn du mich siehst, dann weine, which means they told you here what it says. Wenn du mich siehst, dann weine. If you see me, weep. These stones were uncovered after the drought. I think it was from a river that ran through Chechnya down to Germany. And there's some messages there from the early 1900s, and there's also messages there from the 1600s. So when you see these, the Elbe River, the hunger stones, there's 1616. The message from 1616 reads, "If you see me, weep." Can you imagine? So they knew the drought meant bad crops, meant hunger, starvation. So it's very weird what the earth hides and then lets you know what's going on at certain points in time. Little warning signs. There's these warning signs all over the earth though. But anyway, thought that was interesting.